Okay, so here we are. Hi, Carmi.
Hello, Anna. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How have you been?
Good. How is your back on those cold days?
Yeah, it's been okay. I think it was
Mm, thank
basically
God.
not. My telephone is telling me that we are online.
Mm,
It was not really like a mm, chronic problem. It,
wonderful.
yeah, I just got up without warning. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
warn my body that I was
Can
going
imagine.
I was
Nowadays, we need some preparation for sudden moves.
yes. So yeah, but it was really quite interesting because then my how my brain worked. It was funny because my first thought was, what if it happens when I need to go and have a class? So I had to
Yeah,
like
of course.
prove myself that I could do it. So I basically
Mhm.
crawled on my fours to
Oh
the
my God.
computer because I kind of had to understand, that if it happens ever and I have
Mhm.
to go to a class, I can still find a way to do it. I don't
Sim,
know. It's so funny
rígida.
how yes.
Mhm. Even if I'm dying, I'm never gonna cancel one class.
No, no, you cannot.
Mhm.
Duties are duties.
Sim.
Anyway,
So, Anna, does Mark enjoy Festa Junina or have they been going to some Juni parties?
okay, we went last year. We
Mhm.
went last year and it was okay. We went to the school. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nothing very fancy. Just we
Yeah,
ate some nice things and that was the first time he actually stopped to speak to Amalia and her mother.
really, that
Yeah.
was the
Last
first
year.
date.
Last year, okay, it was not the first day. It's like they talked in the car for a while, and that was the
Mhm.
moment he actually came up when mother was there. And
Ah,
so I didn't even know what was going on. I was just like
okay.
I said okay, yeah, hello, yeah, sort of like I didn't
Ah,
understand
wonderful.
anything at that time. Yeah.
And
And
now, what snacks did you like? Typical snacks that you tried for the first time from Festa Junina? Because I like basically everything, but what did you like that you thought it was delicious and typical?
I don't know because I think yeah I like all of them, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but I prefer the things that are not sweet. So I think
Okay.
pastel is
Pastel.
better for me.
Yeah.
Pastel is better for me than the other things.
Mhm.
Um,
And then for Brazilians, even hot dog is so delicious because it's not something we eat at home. So hot dog is festive for us, you know.
mhm,
So the smell of hot dog in parties, I think it's okay. Pastel is always a success, no matter what, at the church, at the party, at wherever. Pastel is something in Brazil. Everybody loves that, and we are not frying at home. It's so not difficult, but you need a lot of oil to do that. So we don't do that at home. So that's why it tastes so delicious. And then, of course, you have everything sweet coming from peanuts.
mhm,
Yes, paçoca, whatever, pé de moleque, pé de moça, but they are sweet.
mhm,
And
mhm.
white corn, canjica. I love it, but never too sweet, not at all. And of course, and I did drinks.
Mhm.
Have you tried the quentão, Ana?
What is that?
Quentão is cachaça and
Mm, no,
caramel. It's super hot, absolutely.
have
Of course, you boil, but it's strong.
I haven't tried anything
Quentão.
with cachaça.
And the hot wine
Hot
with the
wine,
fruit.
I mean, I have drunk before as
In Germany, did you
Glühwein.
drink glue wine in
Yes,
Germany?
yes,
Yeah.
I mean in Finland more. But
Okay.
um, but
Wine and spices.
Yeah. Well, I actually
Like,
made it.
wonderful.
I made it
Hmm.
for us when I was in Russia, even for the
Yeah,
New Year. I
this
like,
one I really like it.
yes, Glintvein or Glögi. In Finland, it's
Mm.
Glögi, and
Mm.
Glintvein also.
Hmm.
I mean, the same
Blue
thing.
wine in Germany, and for us, vinho quente. I love, and when I have it at home, sometimes I prepare it in the winter. Then you wear pajamas and you have a very hot cup of hot wine before, bed. Oh my God. I love it
Yeah,
so
it's
much, but
nice.
never too sweet, because the orange, the apple should be a little bit sour, tasting like wine and not tasting like sugar.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it. And I think it's beautiful. I think Festa Junina is beautiful and so much
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, when my mom asks my son, like, what is the Festa Junina about?
Mhm,
And he just says, well, we just celebrate. We just celebrate, you know?
mhm,
It's like there is not much of any meaning in it, you know? And I think that this is what it's very important for a human life in general, because it shouldn't be like everything about some grandiose social
yeah, not
events,
at
you know.
all.
It shouldn't be, because in it's like, especially in Soviet Union, as far as
Mm,
I think, but it's sort
mhm,
of now is, it's like there is like, oh, national holiday like this
mm,
and patriotic holiday like that and
mhm,
all that sort of stuff. But I think that life should really be 90% made of like nice things that have possibly no meaning for other people, you know,
mhm,
like personal things. And I think that we spend a lot too much time living the social life rather than our own life, I think.
mhm, mhm.
And
And then, of course,
especially,
there are more typical dates like São João because they say it's the coldest, longest, darkest night. So that's why they have the
the
bonfire.
21st of June.
21st is the winter, the first day of winter. Let me check if San John is 24th. Let me see.
Okay, because usually the longest is this one, but it's the in Finland they also celebrate. It's called
Yeah, June
Midsummer.
24th is the
Okay,
São João.
but
And mm,
interesting that it's different. I'm just curious that it's different because in since we think that here it's winter and there it's summer, and it's
yeah,
basically more or less the same. In Finland, the midsummer is 21st, considered to be the
midsummer. Okay.
considered to be the
The
longest
longest
day.
day. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then the point is here sometimes people light São João bonfire on the night of 23rd to enter 24th.
Hmm.
But all these days are really cold and of course very dark in Brazil. So fogueira de São João, but of course any day in June, it's totally fine for Festa Junina. Yes. And then I think the birthdays are super funny parties. You can offer popcorn, it smells brilliant, and the hot wine smells brilliant. Just the smell of this party is and super funny because you can wear just like a farmer, and I like the
I
vibes.
For me, what is quite interesting is that if you look at the world with the different kinds of festivals, it's really not that different, you know.
Not at all. And imagine in Germany, they light the bonfire for the summer nights. They call Johannes, of course, Johannes, and it's summer, but they have a bonfire and the luau party, in the same season and bonfire. Yeah.
It's like, what can we as humans do to
Yeah,
celebrate things? Basically,
yeah,
we can have fire, we can
yeah.
have a
Food,
nice alcoholic drink,
yeah,
and eat
exactly.
something, and eat something.
Yeah.
Like,
I think in Germany they call it Johannisfeuer.
mm,
Yes, so the bonfire for St. John's. It's absolutely the same winter and summer.
uh,
And now what about the super warm days they're having in Europe now, 36, 41 in Italy? My God.
yeah, I have classes with European people who are in
Mhm,
Europe, yeah.
mhm.
So they are sitting there half dressed, and I am here like
Sweating. Yeah,
covered up, and
exactly.
we are laughing with
We
each
are
other.
always the opposite, Anna, because whenever my students are sweating, I'm wearing scarves, and the other way around, then after October or November for us. I'm a little bit worried and about the next summer with El Nino. My God,
Hmm.
I'm afraid the sun will just look at us and kiss us as strongly as it's been there now.
I'm never worried about these things. I'm in general, I never think of about the future like that.
Hmm.
I never ever think about the future. Like,
Hmm.
uh, I don't know.
Lucky you.
I'm just really like never worried about this kind of stuff. I
Hmm.
remember there was this moment when everybody was worried about the year 2000 and things going like differently, that the
Mm.
computer would stop working. I don't know. I don't remember. There was like lots of stuff.
2012, and people said, "Oh, the world is gonna end."
Yeah.
2012, I remember that.
For me, I never ever take seriously anything in general.
Mhm.
Like, even when the war started, I was like, ah, come on. It's just
Not gonna
one.
last.
Yeah, it's nothing. So when things surprise me by actually
Mhm.
continuing to be bad,
Mhm.
then
Then you think about,
then I don't like it at all.
yeah.
Yeah. But in general, like, it's
And some of
never.
my students who work in certain companies, they're getting prepared for next summer, like setting up more air conditioning devices in offices because they work in open plan offices with lots of people, so could be really uncomfortable. And also some guys who sell frozen vegetables that are going to be affected in Rio Grande do Sul, so the company is changing the recipes, their products offer, they're getting prepared because they believe it's gonna be tough the end of the
Mm,
year, heat wise, you know.
mm. Well,
And
I
let's
mean,
see, I don't feel well when it's
mm,
really warm, so I feel a little bit triggered about that.
I can understand that.
Yeah. And then if you think about festival or parties, in schools in Russia, it's usually National Day, Independence, things like that, really official holidays, not just fun parties.
Well, I mean, there is always the New Year, and I
Hmm.
guess the New Year is the biggest thing in general because
That is not January 1st.
it is. It's the 31st of December.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
And there's
uh,
what about something people celebrate 7 or 8th of January? What's that
well,
again?
that's Christmas, but it's nothing really. It's not
Ah,
really.
should be Christmas. Okay.
No, it's. I
But not
mean,
not big.
it's not big at all. But plus,
Mhm.
since they have celebrated the 31st of December, 1st of January very much, and then they
Okay.
continue a little bit, continue
Okay.
until the 7th. Then by the 7th, they're already quite tired of celebrating.
Hmm.
So it's never a big thing. I mean, people say that like Merry Christmas if they remember, but
Okay.
in general,
It's
it's nothing. And
oh,
there are very few people who are religious, as far and especially like really deeply religious. I think there are very few people like that.
oh, okay. Anna,
because
how old should someone be in Russia to be allowed to drink alcohol?
18, I think.
18, you think?
Mm. Maybe no, I don't think it's 16. I think it's 18.
Mm-hmm.
At least to buy, I think yeah, they have to be 18. I
Mm-hmm.
bet they start before, but in general, I believe that it's better to give teens, yeah, like 16-year-olds or something, a taste at home rather than
Mm-hmm.
letting them go into like to the
Super
corner.
curious until they are 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like doing it somewhere in the corner, like hiding and stuff.
Yeah.
I am really against this kind of like discipline, because I think that after the kids, the teens, they become, well, when they become teens, we should really be their friends, because we cannot discipline them anymore, like
Mm-hmm.
strictly, because I think the worst thing they can do is not tell you something.
Ah, yeah,
So,
sure.
so I
And I
believe
don't
that.
know nowadays if teens are super curious about having spirits. I don't think so. I think when I was a teenager, people were more curious. But imagine, Anna, we tell my family, oh my God, basically we committed crimes in the house because my father would give us a taste of a beer, only the foam, and it tasted horrible. So we were not curious at all, you know. But then after I was 18 and I could go out to bars with the friends and boyfriend, whatever, imagine, Anna, we would love to drink some bubble spirit like champagne named the Keep Cooler. It's a cooler with a little fruit, one long neck per night. That's it, because it was the only money we had. This made us be safer. Yeah, not to
Mm,
have much money to spend. And also something that all the girls would love at bars, batidinha, strawberry, vodka, whatever. Of course, we had money for one drink also.
mhm,
So we never got drunk. We never got curious about that, so curious like that, not at
mm,
all. But of course, and every city has their stories of some groups who drank and crashed the car, killed the friend, and my God, some horrible stories. But now I don't know, and if teenagers are interested. I think they prefer video games than alcohol nowadays. I don't know.
mm. I don't know. My son, they enjoy together with Amalia and Amarilis quite a lot. They
And
they
they're
can
very
go.
young yet, yes.
Yeah, they're 14,
Yeah.
14.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
14
Yeah,
is.
around four. Well, he's 14. Amarilis is 14. Amalia is a bit younger.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know. I think I would not generalize that much, because
Mhm.
especially this age, I think they are quite
Yeah.
different. Uh,
Mhm.
there are those who are interested in, I mean, also, if they are exposed to things like drugs and stuff, and
Oh.
if that's something that is there in the family, then it's quite bad
Mhm.
and dangerous
Mhm.
too. But
Mhm.
we live in a very peaceful environment, and
Mhm. Now, when people decided to get married in Russia, are there protocols, or a couple can just communicate? Oh, we're getting married in 6 months. We're getting married the next year. Or do you
I
believe it?
I am not that much of a what is it, authority to tell you much of anything, because uh, I've had a very different kind of life. But in
Mhm.
general, no, I don't think there is like there are things like strict protocols or anything.
Couples just decide and that's it. Mhm. In Brazil, I
Yeah.
think the people who like the idea of getting married and they like the idea of preparing a party. So I think they start like 1, 2 years before really preparing beautiful parties and details and everything. And usually the in laws should meet at least once or twice, have dinner or something, just to introduce themselves.
Mm,
Unless they dated a long time and the couple come and go, yeah. But otherwise, parents are not deeply involved. I don't see this anymore that the mothers decide this or that. I think couples decide their style of parties or ceremony or whoever is coming the way they prefer. Because
mm,
parents don't pay for the party anymore, because in all the times, yes, parents would pay things. Nowadays, nobody cares. Parents don't have money for that anymore. And of course, you can just go to the notary office and get married with a little preparation of documents.
mm.
So I think people who really and invest energy on that are the ones who really love parties and they have good conditions to prepare. But I don't see any protocol of families anymore at all.
Mm-mm.
And
Yeah,
in Russia, is it possible for a couple just to live together without being married?
yeah,
The families
of
will not
course.
pick on them? Okay,
No.
good. Okay. Hmm.
Usually they like to actually formalize things when they have a child because
Okay.
you write into the certificate the name of the father,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's easier if they have the same surname because usually women often change their surnames when they get married.
Ah, okay. Usually they do.
Hmm.
Okay.
Most of the
Here, I
time.
have some students who prefer not to touch their documents. Few people receive the family name of the husband. And I hear also, I think many families don't care if couples are living together for a while. They think it's a good test, I think. Yeah, families don't pick anymore on people, but it has not always been like that. Let's say 30 years ago, couples would get married to live together.
Mm.
But then, so fast, things changed completely. Even my mother, who is 87, sometimes she says, "Oh my God, why get married? Just go live together and see if it works."
Yeah, yeah. But I see here, I've seen not that many people, but I've seen several couples that wanted to separate, and the guys were the ones who were like stuck and were not able to let go of the woman. It was more the
Oh,
guys. For me, that I have
and the
seen maybe
ladies would
five.
like to get
Yes,
divorced, and
yes,
the guys are trying a little bit more,
yes,
trying harder.
yes, yes.
Okay, interesting.
I've seen basically like more, not more than 5 or 7 couples here, and out
Hmm.
of the ones that were divorcing, maybe 3 or 4, and 2 of them definitely the guys wanted to keep going, but the lady wants to
Hmm.
divorce and just goes away and stuff.
See?
And yeah, it's quite interesting to see. And in general, I believe that in Brazil, guys do try a lot to keep their family going. Oh, actually
Hmm.
3, because the Ukrainian one that I knew,
Hmm. Hmm.
it was, I think that also the guy was trying hard. So
Hmm.
in my, and I think that there's a lot of this thing of like wanting to have a family. Not as much as like being in love that much anymore, but like really wanting to keep the family
Yeah, to keep,
together.
yes. I understand. Um, when it's just convenient and it's just a family, nothing. Oh, the love, flame of passion, and blah blah blah. Anymore, yes.
Yeah, but it's just that depends on the person. Some people prefer, some people need to have this feeling, they need to live with a feeling. They don't agree to just live a peaceful,
Hmm.
quiet life when there is
Yeah,
no emotion
yeah.
involved. And I
And
think
which will change when you are 55 plus.
depends. I would say it depends very much on the person. Very much.
Hmm.
There
Mm-hmm.
are all kinds of people. There are people who fall in love at 70 and
Yeah,
plus, you know, there are all kinds
amazing.
of people.
And now, would you ever accept living together, being a couple, just like more friendship and company than real love?
I don't know. I really don't
Mhm,
know. I have
mhm,
to face the situation to be able to know whether I would accept
mhm,
it or not,
mhm,
really, because I don't know. I think that I am very much like I decide in the moment. I can't
mhm,
theoretically imagine so much this kind of
mhm,
thing.
mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess yes, but I don't know if there is any point, if there is no like mutual desire to keep to be around, then I don't know if there is
Exactly.
any point to do it. Yeah, because
Mhm,
then if each person is quite okay separately, and there is no
mhm.
this kind of like desire or need to spend time together, then what's the point?
Because then you're gonna have obligations, yes, commitment. Yeah, for me, probably not possible because I would go through the sacrifices of having commitment if I was in love. Otherwise,
Yeah,
for me, it could be a roommate. Why a partner then? Could
yeah,
be just a roommate,
and I
then.
and I don't particularly need a roommate. I would
Hmm.
prefer to just. I am quite fine and happy with my own life, and
Hmm. And I would need a roommate to share the rent. That's it.
yeah, well, but
Not that
then
I would need someone as a company. This not at all. But
yeah,
sharing
yeah,
rent, I like the idea.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one, yeah, the
Hmm.
practical side.
Anna, what is the situation in your life when practice made perfect? What would you tell about that?
Well, I mean, I was just thinking about that in relation to work and in
Mm-hmm.
relation to study and in
Mm-hmm.
relation even to relationships. It's like I just believe that in every sphere of life, uh, when you practice you get better at it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
uh, like including being a parent, including being having a
Yeah.
relationship, yeah, like that even, like
Mm-hmm.
I have been into watching Super Nani.
Ah,
I've been watching her quite a lot because it's a combination of practicing French and watching something that I like, which is like education basically.
yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, she always repeats, I mean, at the beginning they repeat all the time the same thing. So it's like you learn to be a parent, basically you can learn to be a parent. So I believe in general in life you can
Yeah.
learn to be whatever you decide to be.
Yeah, because how could you know before? And do you remember Michelle Obama's book named Becoming?
No,
Because she didn't know how to be the first lady, So they learned it, and then she talked about all these pathways on her book. It's beautiful. The name is Becoming because, of course, we are always becoming, right? And now,
definitely.
when did you feel prepared, for example, to teach a class in a big group like you did in Russia? When would you enter a class feeling comfortable? You know what to do, you know how to deal with the situations. How old were you when you felt, oh, I am prepared? Even if they behave badly, I am prepared. When was that?
But it's just that when I was in Russia, I had different kinds of classes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like hardly any of them I actually wanted to enter and teach. I was doing it
Mm-hmm.
because I had to do it. A lot of
Okay.
my life, I've been like now. I really enjoy what I'm doing now. I enjoy.
Wonderful.
But when I was in Russia, especially in a municipal school, there
Mm-hmm.
were some classes, some lessons that I enjoyed, but I never made any decision, okay, I can do it.
Okay.
I was doing it because I had to work.
Mm-hmm. You
So
had the agenda prepared And you had
Yeah,
just to follow that. Yes, okay.
yeah.
It
And
sucks. I know what you mean. Yeah.
it was okay in a way that all of us were doing that, and
Hmm.
I wasn't alone doing that. For
Hmm.
me, in Russia, in the municipal school, what sucked the most was the director, uh,
Hmm.
the,
Always the
the
same,
the
Anna.
bosses, the bosses.
Mm.
But classes, okay, even if they were like terrible people, terribly behaving
Mm.
kids,
Mm.
I don't know. I have compassion for kids. Like
Mhm.
I don't have quite that much compassion for adults.
Okay, okay.
Like the other day you were telling me about this thing of like how you feel feel for the people who the women who struggle, have to work and have kids.
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't feel compassion for them.
And you know what? Someone told me recently, um, because I have a mate from my gym who has been through a very, very hard and expensive treatment to lose weight. But then she kind of gave up and there was a problem. She got a lot of the weight back again. And I could just imagine how bad she felt, paying so much, the letdown, the disappointment. Where is her courage to start all over again? But life is about restarting all the time, yes. But I felt for her anyway. Of course, I never said anything. She just told me the situation. And then there was someone else who talked to me later and said, uh, I don't feel sorry at all because this is just a choice about what you eat, what you do, and I don't feel sorry at all. Then I thought, oh, okay, so um, she
But
tried so hard, but
you
if you
are
have a
very, you are just a very kind person. I believe that you
maybe
have a
just a
lot of
butter heart,
compassion. Yes, I think that you are very kind in general, and that's why your students like you and everything because you are
brain
just
number
kind.
two, Anna, brain number two, because we feel so deeply. But Anna, what was really annoying and unbearable about the directors and principals from school?
Well, because
What
they
really
feel that
stuck from their heart?
they are better than other people,
Mm,
and everybody else accepts it. For me, that was the
mm.
annoying
They
part
don't
in
see the
general.
teachers as just a team like everybody else. They feel because they are principal, they keep above.
Then they
Oh,
are kings and queens basically,
oh,
and they
really?
can shout at you, they can just behave in any terrible way they want.
Oh. And then is that allowed by the law?
Of course, everybody
Yeah.
accepts it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Because
believe.
here, if you file a lawsuit against the school, the company, whatever, there is trouble. And
No.
now, even more, right now in Brazil, even more, thank dear Lord.
Well, I don't think anybody will watch, but because my mother thinks that I am Russophobic, yeah, because I believe that in Russia there is a lot of stuff that needs to be changed, like so
Mm,
much, and I
mm,
believe that this authoritarian behavior of all the directors, like each little head becomes authoritarian with the small thing that they control. Like when I was working as a translation agency, our the head of our bureau, he was
mhm,
controlling only like 7 or 8 people, and he
mm,
was authoritarian with us. So then the more you go up, and then they are authoritarian with whatever is
mhm,
under them. And at
mhm.
school it's especially strong because somehow they combine this whole thing like as if they are mothers of the school. Like
Mm.
they combine it into as if they are like that because they care, but it's not like that.
Okay.
They're not like, they're
Mean
just,
mother.
yes, but
And then imagine how could the principal ever survive, even professionally, without a good team of teachers? They are
Well,
nothing without the teachers, So yeah, it's interesting anyway.
I will stop now.
Mhm.
We are at the 31 minutes anyway.
Already, wow.
But it's